So a lot of people wonder if there's a difference between fasting for men versus fasting for women. And I didn't know how to answer that. I wasn't medically trained in fasting or knew the mechanics of fasting for women versus men. But since I have been doing a lot more research and listening to a lot more podcasts, resources, medical professionals, I have an answer. So yes, there is a complete difference between fasting for men versus fasting for women. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, just putting that out there. So from what my understanding is and how I will move forward, going forward, is that hormones, the substance we all operate off, men operate off testosterone. That is their primary hormone. Women, we operate off of estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Okay? It is important to know your menstrual cycle. Knowing your menstrual cycle is key to fasting safely, healthily, and in a way that benefits you versus deteriorates you, honestly. So a lot of people wonder about hair shedding, fatigue, lightheadedness. There is a time to fast for women. Okay, so I recently just started cycle tracking. Yes, I am 33 and I just started cycle tracking. I didn't even know when my next period used to come, honestly. I just started tracking periods. I used to be like, okay, it's here today. Great. So I recently downloaded an app. It's called 28. And I searched through a few apps to see which one would be best for me. This one is called 28. And what it does is it tells you about the phase of your menstrual cycle you're in. And when you are in the week before your period comes, you start the bleed, you are not to be fasting. The week before your period, as a menstruating woman, you are not supposed to be fasting, because although estrogen benefits from fasts, estrogen, the key female hormone, benefits from fasting. It benefits from low insulin, low blood sugar, okay? It goes up when insulin is down. It's not the same with progesterone, which spikes during the last week, the week before you bleed. Progesterone benefits from glucose. So if you're fasting, say you're doing an everyday fast, such as OMAD, you're doing a 16-hour or more fast intermittently, or you're doing ADF during the week before your period, you are lowering the progesterone, which is needed during that week. It's supposed to spike, but because glucose isn't present, it's lowered. So it will essentially work against the natural bodily processes. So, because Dr. Mindy Peltz said don't fast the week before your period, I'm no longer fasting the week before my period. I am no longer fasting the week before my period. That is done. I am now going to respect my body. I really enjoy the app I just downloaded because it tells me all the phases. It tells me my next period, when I'm ovulating. It also gives me exercises to do during certain phases of my menstrual cycle. It tells me what day I'm on. But I like that it is purporting the idea of having different workouts for different phases of your menstrual cycle. I didn't know this was a thing. Y'all didn't tell me, so I didn't know. Yeah, there's certain times where weightlifting is ideal and weight training is horrible. There's certain times where you could get it in with high intensity interval training, and times where you just need to do a lap or two in the pool. Times when Pilates is ideal, times when a good run around the block is ideal. Okay, so once again, it's 28, it's the app, it's not sponsored. I thought my women like me would benefit from it. It appeals to me because I'm like the spiritual kind of goddess woman. And you know, it appeals to my horoscope loving self. It's a very like whimsical app, and I like that. And it's also very in-depth, and it gives a lot for free. I think the only thing that you pay for is like if you want nutrition recipes and grocery shopping ideas. But the fact that it tells you what exercises to do each day during this phase of your menstrual cycle is clutch. Like, I love that. I didn't know, y'all. So once again, if you've been experiencing hair shedding, dryness, low libido, fatigue, you should not be fasting the week before your period is the consensus. You know, essentially fasting is stressful. Fasting in this modern day is a stress. I don't know if you've noticed, but ketones, when your body is in a state of ketosis, you're on edge. And that edge is a technically stress. Being on edge is on stress. That mental clarity is from primal days when we had to be hunter-gatherers, when we had to fast for 2 days and hunt and then feast and then fast for another God knows when till we could catch a lion or something, you know? It's a form of stress being that running on ketones. So when the body shouldn't be stressed the week before the period. It really should be in calm down mode. So your luteal phase, which is the week before your bleed, your menstrual phase, those 2 weeks, slow down. But definitely the luteal phase, which is the highest your progesterone will be. Progesterone, get it into your head. Progesterone is the key hormone during this week before your bleed, okay? It thrives on glucose. It does not like stress. It does not like cortisol. It does not like anything too much to the body. That's why we wind down. That's why we feel fatigued. That's why we crave chocolate. That's why we crave carbs. Your body is not telling you anything it's not supposed to be doing. As a woman, it's natural. You're craving chocolate because chocolate usually has magnesium. Your body wants magnesium. You're craving carbohydrates because the progesterone thrives on carbohydrates. It's not weird. You're not doing anything bad. You're just human. All right. So for my ladies, take that as it may. Take from it what you may. I'm no longer fasting the week before my period whatsoever, and I am doing everything based on my cycle. And no one gonna stress me during my luteal phase, honey. No one.